So nothing there's no overarching theme or overarching. There's no theme for the hands today. I got 3 or 4 boards that I'm going to look at some play, maybe an auction or two. And there'll be hands where there was some, where the people at tables reached different results. So anyways, first one is board 4. And in board 4, I have an 11-point hand, 6 hearts, 4-card club suit, with a queen of diamonds as a stiff. So sort of a wasted value, except for the fact that it's a stiff. And it seems likely that I should be able to find a fit in hearts or clubs. Anyways, it's certainly worth opening at the 1 level. Now, partner here gives us a 4-card limit raise. Now, Marty Bergen famously said that after a 4-card limit raise, all he needs to do to raise the game is find a stiff in his hand, and that's what I find here, and I'm going to go for it. My hand has improved, right? Even if I give him 5 points in hearts, the king, queen of hearts, that means he's going to have honors elsewhere, and I'm going to have a chance to have those honors cover the losers in my hand, right? So I think it's worth it, right? The other thing to think about is we're vulnerable and we're playing imps, and when we're playing imps, we want to bid our games. At the table, well, I only have 4. There were only 4 tables yesterday. Somebody had not finished this hand when I took the board traveler. But we have, of the 4 that I have here, we have 3 of the 4 reach hearts, but 2 of them go down. 1 doesn't get there. I think you got to get there, and then the question is, can you find a way to make it? Now, as it turns out, partner's points are nicely placed for us, right? And he has the queen of hearts, so the king is missing, but we do have that 10-card heart suit. We have the ace, queen, jack of spades, which means depending on where we find the king of spades, we may have some opportunities there. And we have this 8-card club fit, which is an interesting problem because it's missing the king, queen, 10 of clubs. We see the king. Now we can identify where the queen is now, right? The queen has got to be in north. I guess I shouldn't say has to be in north, but king, leading from king, queen, whatever, would be a good lead. Also have to be cognizant of the fact that if he's leading from king, queen, fourth, then I can't duck this trick because the next club lead will get bereft. But more importantly, if he does have the longer clubs, right, he's played the king now, he has the queen 10, I can lead at the jack, right, and that will bring down the queen, and then I'll have the jack and the 9. Who knows? We'll see what South plays here. He plays the 4. It would have been nice to see the 10 there, but I'm not going to take any chances on it getting ruffed. Now I find the same problem in my head here. Well, I can get back to the dummy without a problem, but do I want to take a spade finesse now? Right? If I take the spade finesse, they win it. And South wins it, then he'll lead a diamond through, or could lead a diamond through to North's ace of diamonds, who could then lead a club, and they could get their ruff. Right? So I think it's more important now to save my opportunities and go up the ace of spades and take a finesse. Now I don't have a lot of entries, so what I want to do is take the finesse with the 8 of hearts, right? So I don't lose. If it works, I'm in the same hand, and I can do that because the queen, jack, 10, 9, 8 were all equals, right? Now I can play the queen and win the ace. There is a singleton there, so I'll take the jack of hearts. Right. So now I have the diamond as a loser, and I'm going to go ahead and take this, try to set up this club suit by leading at the jack. South follows, he doesn't, so it was 4-1, and there was the chance that I could have gotten ruffed. Plays the king of spades for the third trick, and now my queen, jack are good. He didn't really have any choice about that. So one thing that I didn't really look through at the play of this hand, but the danger, I think, was ducking. This was a case where you got your 10 tricks. You don't need to worry. What you want to do is make 10. and don't need to make 11 because you stuck your neck out. You accepted a limit raise invitation with 11 points, right? Based on your shape. And the idea here is to get 10, right? If you can score 6 hearts, the ace of spades, and the ace of clubs, that's 8. You should be able to grow up the spade, and from the lead, we knew we could win the king. That's your 10 tricks. Best to take care of them right away and not risk a ruff. So the next board I wanted to look at was board 5. I'm on methodology for you. I usually print out the board traveler, and as the game is progressing, and then I look at them later on, and then maybe I play around with the hands if it's not obvious to me looking at the board traveler, if there's a lesson in it all. And here, on my notes, I wrote, should you be there? And if so, should you make? And what I was talking about was that at least 2 of the 5 partnerships on this hand get to 4 spades in the south. And they go down. 3 others got to 2 spades and made +2. So the people that bid 4 spades go down 1. The people who bid 2 spades make 2 over tricks. So let's look at it. First question being, should you be there? In other words, did the 2 partnerships that bid 4 hearts, did they make an error right then and there, or did they miss an opportunity? So 1 diamond, our partner opens. I have 6, 7 points. I have a 7-card suit. I take that back. I have a 7-card suit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count the 6 cards. It's easier. So 7-card suit in spades. So I definitely have some play here. I do have nothing in side suits. So anyways, I'll start with a spade and see what happens. And partner shows me 1 no trump. Now this hand what this means is that partner is almost always going to have 2 spades, right? Which means we have a 9-card spade suit. And unless my partner has the king of spades, his 12 to 14 or 11 to 14 points are all to be found in the other suits, which is where I need cover cards. Now, I often hear, and maybe we all as ambitious bridge players go through a stage of losing trick count, and we have some very odd ideas what that means when we're first learning it. And if with just about all of those brief understandings, like for instance counting the losing tricks as not having the ace king queen in the suit, and if you're missing one of them, you have 1 loser. That's not how we count losers when we're playing the hands, but I've often heard people talk about losing trick count that way. That's not what losing trick count is, but it is sort of a valuable resource in a way. Anyways, in this situation, I think what's more important than that, and probably in most situations, is instead to think about cover cards. Okay? What losers does it appear that my partner will cover? And here we know that there's a really good chance that our partner has 13, give or take 1 or 2, honor cards to cover these 6 cards. And that just seems enough for me. Look at that stiff heart. That's going to have value. You know that there's a really good chance you have a 9-card spade suit. So even though we have 7 points, that heart is worth, if you want to, you don't need to think about them in points, but it certainly brings it up into the realm of an invitational hand. And I think that's what I'll do here. And that's enough for my partner. So I don't fault the people for getting to 4 spades. I think it was a really good bid. You should be there. All right. Partner comes down and does not have any honors in spades, for which I'm happy, because I want the honors to be elsewhere. Right? So here because they're the ones that are going to cover my losers. Right? So I have a spade loser, potentially. We're going to try a finesse on this 9-point hand. If the king happens to be right, we'll have no spade losers. We don't have any heart losers because there's a cover card. We have 1 diamond loser because, again, there's a cover card. Right? The ace of diamonds is a cover loser. The ace of hearts is going to cover loser. And the club suit is queen, jack, 10. Right? So the only issue here, the only potential downfall with the club suit, is that we may is a ruff. If this is king from 6, right? Then a 6-3-3-1. Or if he has ace king and then gets it rough, so 5-3-3-2. Then we may run into a problem with a rough. We'll know a lot when, especially with a robot who might be a little bit more consistent in defense, despite what the common thought is. He switches suits. I think he would have continued with the ace if he had it, and they usually lead king from ace king, and if he had 5, because he would have been able to take 2 and then gotten a rough. He did not do that, so I don't think they're going to be split 5-3-3-2. I think it's probably 4-3-3-3, and that means I can set up a club for a winner. So now let's go back and count our losers again. Potentially 1 spade, no hearts, 2 club losers, and I've got this diamond to get rid of. So we're in pretty good shape now. Once again, I am not going to take any chances. I'm playing imps. I want to get my points. I'm going to take this finesse. Might as well do it right away. This time I'm going to have to play one of these 2 cards because I don't have equals. I don't want to let West win with the 10, right? So I'll take the I'll take the jack. Fingers crossed, it makes. Now I can get back across to my partner, right? And I'm not going to fool around again. I'm not going to take a finesse because I know where the king is and I don't want to lose a spade trick. It drops, and they broke 2-2, right? We had a 9-card suit. They broke 2-2. So now I have 4 tricks, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spades, right? So I'm at 9. Right? This hand is going extraordinarily well, right? And I know where the 10th trick is, right? Because West led the king. He's got the ace. Now the queen of clubs is set up. Rightfully take their diamond. They may lead the ace of hearts here. No, doesn't matter though because I've set up that queen. So this is a matter, and I can't help but think that maybe people made this these first 2 hands just got too complicated. Right? We're playing imps, we bid a game. In both times we bid games that most people aren't going to bid. So even at match points, you just want to make your 10 points. You don't need to worry about over tricks. You need to be making these contracts that other people won't bid. Right? And now you've got all your spades are good and you can claim. Finally, board 10. Let's just look at the auction. I have 6, 7, 8, 9 points in a spade suit. This is not an opening hand, of course. 5-3-3-2 with only 9 points. I pass. My partner opens a heart, and North bids 2 clubs. Everybody's vulnerable. This is probably a fairly decent hand at 2 clubs in the direct seat. And I have 6, 7, 8, 9, so I owe my partner a bid, and I will offer 2 spades. And partner goes to 4 spades. Now, at the tables, and I have all 5 scores this time, we have only 3 of the 5 tables in spades. The remainder of the in spades, 3 of the 5, those all get to 4. And then we have hands that were played in the West with the hearts. So I'm a little confused about what happened. So let's go ahead and play. Can I make 4 spades? Partner obviously has a good hand, right? All I've offered him is a suggestion that I have 7, 8, 9 points. He has 3 spades for me. He certainly knows it's a 5-card suit. He only had 5 hearts. No reason to bid your suit. When you're in a competitive auction like this, support with support, right? When your partner shows you 2 spades, which is clearly a 5-card suit, you know you have your fit. So take it. Have a club loser, we have 3 diamond tricks, and we have 2 heart tricks. So let's see if we can get in the side suits. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably not going to get 5 spade tricks, so we're going to need to get another trick somewhere. Obviously, we should be trying to set up the hearts. That's 4 points out of south. Maybe we get lucky. If we do. And there's another trick. So now we have 1 trick, and then we have 3 more top tricks and diamonds. That's 4. We have ace, king of hearts. That's 5. and probably still not going to bring home the spade suit in 5, right? So we're going to need to try to set up one of these hearts still. Now, one thing we can do is just take a couple heart tricks. Hope that it doesn't get roughed. Since we want to set them up, we're going to do that anyways. Right? So now we've got that done. We can get back over there. We can try a third heart here. There's the queen. So we're certainly going to ruff. I would ruff high. Can't ruff as high as we might if we had top sequences in spades. Right? If we had the ace, king, queen, jack of spades, or ace, king, queen of spades, we would definitely ruff high and be trying to pull trump with the other hand. But here we ruff a heart, they both follow, and if we've been counting, that means the hearts are good. Now we go back over the diamond, because the entry is more important than playing the queen first. We don't want to get roughed when we go back. We need to at least take one finesse here and limit the number of spades that we could lose. 2 small cards. Nobody had pitched the jack or king or 10, 9 rather, anything that would be alarming. So I'm going to play them for being 3-2. There's the 9, the king. So now they have 1 spade trick. We don't mind them having 1 spade trick. In fact, we'll just give it to them. And now, of course, we rough in with the 10 of spades. And our king of diamonds is good, when the jack of hearts is good. And this is not a hard hand at all to make 4 spades. All right, that's what we got for this week.